Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. The day has finally came. We're gonna attempt to make the famous Levain cookies from New York. Whose are gonna be better? Stay tuned and find out. Start off by melting 3 sticks of butter. You're just gonna allow it to cool to the side. Now that the butter is melted and cooling off, the rest of the dough is quite simple. I have here 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. 1/2 cup of regular sugar. And I'm gonna combine this with 3 eggs. Once it's nice and lightened in color and fully combined, you're gonna go ahead and add the melted butter. I have my butter here. I put it in a shallow dish just to make sure that it cooled faster. Now, if you were to add the hot butter to this egg mixture, cookies are gonna result in being a little more greasy feeling. Now, I don't know if you could tell, but the color of this butter is slightly golden because once you brown your butter a little, it smells like it smells very, very good, like toffee, and it smells kind of, it reminds me of like caramel. For the last of the ingredients, I'm going to be adding some vanilla extract. If you look at the Levain cookies, they don't have any vanilla extract in the ingredients. You can't even taste any vanilla in the actual cookie. To me, it's like if you're eating a chocolate chip cookie, you know, it has to have vanilla. It's kind of like having a PB&J sandwich with no J. So add your teaspoon of vanilla if you please. For the dry ingredients, I'm adding 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And then for the secret that makes these cookies very light and delicate, this is 1.5 cups of cake flour. This part for me is kind of optional. I have made these by accident one time using bread flour, and it resulted in a way more wholesome, chewier cookie. So if you want to try that out, feel free to use bread flour or even just that same part of all-purpose flour. Here I have 2 teaspoons of cornstarch and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. The cornstarch is what's going to keep these cookies together because, like I was saying, these cookies are very delicate. And you guys may be wondering why I'm not adding salt. The butter that I melted was salted butter, so I'm gonna omit the salt. But if you're using unsalted butter, go ahead and add 1/2 teaspoon of that as well. I'm mixing this up until it's fully incorporated. Then we're adding the fun part, the chocolates, and of course the walnuts. Now that the dough is all mixed together, I'm adding one of the optional parts. This is 2 cups of chopped walnuts. Now these have been slightly toasted just to amp up their flavor, but if you do choose to use them, make sure that they're completely cooled. For the chocolate chips part of this cookie, I'm going to be chopping 1/2 dark chocolate. This is 60% and 1/2 milk chocolate. Now this Tony's brand, if you guys like really big puddles of chocolate in your cookies, this one melts very nicely. It is very like thin when it melts. So I recommend using this. I also like this brand because it's not too sweet. And this Ghirardelli's dark chocolate, I mean, you know how dark chocolate is. It has like a slightly, not only is it bitter, but it's kind of like a slightly sour, tart taste. So along with this one, it just goes together very well. A little taste for good luck. Did I mention this is 1 pound of chocolate? Look at this dough. Have you ever seen anything so incredible in your life? Now you think that these cookies are ready to be put in the oven and enjoyed, but since this dough has so much butter inside, we're gonna have to chill it. Now you can chill it like this in the bowl, but it is a little bit hard to scoop after it's chilled, so I like to scoop them and then put them on the baking sheets and then into the refrigerator to chill. I just want to be exact, the cookies at York Bakery are 6 ounces. So, oh wow, look at that, exactly 6 ounces. So as you can tell, they're very big. This is like a golf, no, not a golf ball, this is a baseball size. you're gonna just put these into the fridge for at least an hour. You need these to really firm up. All that butter that we melted, it has to become hardened. So do this the day before if you can for better results. I, of course, have some here from yesterday, and look at these. Wow, they really hardened up nicely. I mean, look at that. These things are hard as rocks. And notice how I made the balls pretty high. I want these to be very thick, so make sure that you don't flatten them out or anything. I have a pretty big baking sheet here. I'm gonna line it with some parchment paper. Plop these guys down about 3 to 4 inches apart. As you would imagine, they spread like crazy. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. These cookies are gonna bake for around 12 to 15 minutes. And there they go, guys. They're slowly melting down. And that's what they're looking like now. They still have a little bit of their hump on top. We have 1 more minute left. As you can see, the middle is still a little bit raw. You wanna make sure that it just slightly goes down while it's baking. And then you know for sure the cookie is cooked on the inside and still is gonna have that gooey consistency. Okay guys, so I went about a minute over because when I was weighing these out, I went a little bit more than 6 ounces. Look how ginormous these look. The house, it smells kind of like, with the parchment, it kind of smells like pancakes, like with a lot of butter and syrup. Before I turn the oven off, I'm gonna put one of these in so that we could really get the experience. It says in the package to bake them for 5 to 7 minutes just to get that gooey consistency. Allow your cookies to fully set on the cooling rack. This is gonna cook them a little bit longer and really set them. Alright guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. I have another batch that came out of the oven. What am I gonna do with all these cookies? I mean, look at them. They're absolutely heavenly. They're very delicate, but thanks to that cornstarch, it's gonna hold this delicate dough together. Here we go. Let's crumble it. Break it in half. Wow, look at that. Pure gooiness. I mean, does this camera do justice? Whoa. Oh my gosh. It's extremely crispy on the outside and so gooey on the inside. There's nothing better in life than this. I'm telling you guys now. Let's try the one that was frozen. Here's the frozen one. Oh my god, look at my finger. It has a puddle of chocolate on it. It's cute. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a chocolate chip cookie that I didn't like. Let's see. You could really taste the walnut. This, it doesn't taste, it's missing the vanilla. Levain, why don't you guys put vanilla in your cookies? It must be, I'm thinking like the quality of butter that they use is better than the one that we're using. They're using like really high quality ingredients, so they're probably like, I don't need the vanilla. This tastes like a homemade cookie, but nothing compared to this one. I mean, look at this. It's so hot and gooey. I'm in trouble. Now, if you guys enjoyed this recipe, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Leave your comments down below if you tried it out. And as usual, stay tuned for more quick and easy recipes, all of them always with a unique twist.